Hello everybody, Floppy Hat Photos back here again for another episode of my Be Positive van. And today is a blistery cold day out here. Decided to get a little bit of stuff done, kind of move things around, so I don't have any tools. I'm trying to make the best I can do with this whole project since I lost all my tools to the fire in my shop. So what I've decided to do, I'm actually out here, I'm going to point out, I'm actually out here in house slippers because I just had another foot surgery yesterday and I cannot fit shoes on with all the bandages. So I'm not doing a bunch, but what I did was I brought my recliner chair out. This right here is an off-brand, not Lazy Boy, it's some off-brand I picked up at Nebraska Furniture Mart, and it actually is a swivel rocker. So it rocks, it spins, it does all kinds of stuff, and it's just on a nice round base. So right now it's not bolted down yet, but I will be bolting that down once I figure out the exact position I want it, because right now I'm moving it back and forth, and I think what I'm going to end up doing is building a false floor in here is my plan, putting this on like some drawer slides so it can slide out. That way I can have 360 movability in it. I can look out different directions and whatnot. So right now to move it, I have to slide it away from the wall. So at the moment, it's actually up against the wall, really tight. But where it sets right now, I can recline it back and it will clear that back of the driver's seat. So I can lay it down in a sleeping position. The part of my worry is, if you look back here in the back, that right there is my heater. That's my Olympian Wave 3, the smallest one Olympian makes, and it works great, but I'm worried if my toes are going to be a little too hot sticking out there that close to it. So I've got to pay a little attention to that and watch that real close and see how that's going, but I don't really know. I took the shelf and basically moved the shelf from behind the driver's seat right here to this window, and it's not going to stay there permanently, but it will fit right now, and there is enough clearance according to the manufacturer of the heater. It won't be a problem there either. So I've got to strap it down somehow, and the oxygen, the propane tank will not stay there. It's only there at the moment. It's actually tied to the back of the wall, but there's no panel in there. I've got it tied into that metal frame there so it doesn't flop around, and there is a hole in the floor right underneath it that's going to run the hose out, and it will go on a like one of those little cargo racks, which I'm going to hopefully pick up tomorrow, I hope is my goal. They're on sale at Harbor Freight for like $59. So I'm going to grab one of those and I'll throw it, but I'm going to buy a second tank also. That way I have a backup, because I realized I don't want to run out on the road somewhere and have to try and get it refilled, because I'm actually only refill only because these are the 30 gallon and they're the cheapest way to refill propane in my area. So I can't do an exchange because nobody exchanges 30s. I've got to do 25 or 20 gallons, or I've got to do refill. So basically what we have here, like I said, just a little shelf there I moved over. The top is still fully uninsulated. There's nothing up there I've done yet. It's just been too cold getting glues to stick. So I've got some blankets up there. The front, nothing's changed. Everything else is virtually identical to what it was. Only thing I do have is I have a my lawn chair that I bought that I put there. And the nice part about having the shelf where it is, I'll be able to fill that shelf from the back. I can pop the back door open, fill the shelf, and access it that way too. So that's a benefit there, I think. Got my water dish for my bowl. It's one of those anti-splash, works really, really well. A couple things I have to move. If you notice there, those two little bolts, those are where the rear seat was bolted in. I need to get them covered up with something or cut out, one of the two, because when you're crawling around your hands and knees, they'll stab you and they hurt like a demon. The other good thing about where this chair is sitting, there's actually a nice tight little cubby hole right here. My dog can sleep up inside there, and when I, basically he'll be able to hang out there on his bed. It works really great, and he loves to lay on the bed and puts his head right here between my seats so I can pet him in that. I'll put my cooler right here is where the cooler goes, and a lot of times he'll rest his head around the cooler, and then I can reach down and pet him as we're driving. Seems to enjoy that quite a bit. So that's what I have right now at the moment, and it's really nothing special. It's just I got to do what I got to do for now until I can get somewhere warm and get the rest of the installation done. Also until I find somebody with some tools to borrow, or I start rebuilding the garage come spring, so I can get the rest of my tools to start building this thing out the way I want. So I'm going this weekend. Tomorrow, I was going to go today, but I have to get my feet finished. The surgery thing, I'm not doing it today, but I'm going up tomorrow to a giant RV show, largest RV show in Iowa, and with the hopes of buying myself an RV. And if I get an RV, all this van is going to be moved. But if I don't find something I want for a really good deal, then I will basically just keep building the van and keep driving it and keep learning from it. So you guys have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Whatever you do, get out there, but stay positive.